Hello again. We are back with the second game of tonight's SEL. It's going to be Team Berserk, who are currently the #1 team, going up against Team Rose. And the players have been set. It's Lived up against MrPopo.
Yeah, Lift definitely here to extend those 5-point lead into more points. But MrPopo has a shot at tying it up for his team. His team currently has 2 points, meaning if he's 8-0 sweeps Lived, he can tie it up to 5 points. So both his team and Lived's team will have 5, sharing first place. But Dunk.
Yep.
Who do you have winning this one?
I mean, I have to say MrPopo. I'm a bit biased to MrPopo, I guess. I think he's one of the best players. And if you've been keeping up with the Quarantine Saga, I guess that's what we're going to call it. If you've been keeping up with the Quarantine Saga, MrPopo has been bringing it every single time. I would say he's one of the only players who has been able to consistently hold up against the French, who are looking like our overlords for now. But Lived is definitely no slouch. Has been sort of up and coming. I didn't see much of him before, but now definitely making his name known today. I think it is going to be a tough one for Liv to pull out, but I don't think he's going to get 8-0'd, right? I think minimum he'll get 3 games. I think he'll get 3 games, and MrPopo will have a tough time getting them. But we're just going to wait on the players to arrive. So let's remind each other what this is about. Remember, it's 1v1, best of 8, so draws can happen. It's 4. You can get to the point where it's 4-4, but also this has a, I guess, high stake, because whoever wins this is going to be able to select their team first, I believe, for the combo contest.
And that's going to be very important, because we all saw a few teams, and 2 of them really stood out to everyone immediately. It was Tien, Yanemba, and Trunks, but the most saucy of all, I think, will be Yamcha, Frieza, and Janemba.
I looked at all of those teams, and honestly, the kind of person I am, I have no source whatsoever. So I don't know what I can pull out from that. But in every single team, you got someone who can tap into that source potential and make those combos work. I'm interested to see if we get anyone's main specifically coming out. For example, is Berserk going to get Margin Buu? Is Berserk going to get that Nappa? Because if they get that, bruv, the combo contest might just be over there and then. But I mean, we've got Tahibski and Riv, but they're not here right now. But I think we're going to get somewhere close to match. But while we wait for those guys in the chat, let me know who you think is going to be taking it. 1 in chat if you think Liv is going to pull it out, and the 2 for MrPopo. But also, we have to find Liv. So if you do know his whereabouts, there is a bounty on his head. There is a bounty on Liv's head, and it's been claimed by myself. I'll be claiming the reward of...
I did the work, though.
You did the work?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so get great. I'll claim the bounty. But Liv versus MrPopo is coming up next. And I think MrPopo played very aptly. The key... Netherlands,
Russia, yeah.
One of those blue-red flags. Lived is British anyway, but so I think MrPopo has put it very aptly, right? The way that Lived can win this is with that Kid Buu. Can he lock down MrPopo and hit him with those 50-50s? It really depends. And I'm seeing SSJ Goku from MrPopo. I'm going to politely ask him to not do that. But he's allowed to do whatever he wants. But MrPopo, if you can't hit me, don't. Stop. Get some help. That character's in real for now. And just another reminder for you guys. I know each and every one of you in the chat is listening. If we get to 100 viewers and you guys tweet out the link to this stream, we're going to be dropping a bunch of gift subs in the chat. So tell your friends, tell your auntie, hey mum, get them all in here watching Lived versus MrPopo. Berserk versus Rose.
Just make a second account on your other browser.
Damn, that's such a good idea.
Ain't it?
Yeah, well, let me just open up Firefox real quick. while we wait to see if Liv can open up Mr. Popo. We're getting into the second game of SEL right here, right now, and immediately he's in.
Yeah, he's immediately in with the Kid Buu JL picking him up, but he's running the one of the best shells right now. Lived with the Kid Buu. What a clash game. No hit from it though, that's quite rare.
Yeah, it reflected the 236M, but just didn't have anything that he could finish with, I guess.
Yeah, but it's now GT Goku with the beam picking up one hit. SJ Goku with a nice confirm, bringing him to the corner.
Look, this is Mr. Popo playing an old team, but Liv just didn't care about that empty jump DR. Press the 5 though, got the hit off of it. This is not where you want to be if you're Mr. Popo.
Yeah, especially when Bardock does a level 3. There's going to be a moon jump into a hard to block. Mix up, Oki. No, he didn't. He went for a plus frame move though, so he had all the advantage, but it's actually Mr. Popo who has it right now.
And now the exact opposite. You don't want to be in this situation against Mr. Popo because he can do it right back to you. Liv is going to have to block out here.
Yeah, it's time to get Liv.
Oh, he didn't guess it. He did something. I think he was just holding down back and got opened up. We'll see if Mr. Popo can beat out that meter penalty. Should be able to. Yep, level 1.
He's gonna...
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think he could use up beam from Super Saiyan Goku to kill T-Bars, but he'll get the kill nevertheless. And he's in the lead. Remember, he's trying to get that 8-0 to tie up the overall scores. Remember, Team Berserk Liv's team is on 5 points. Mr. Popo on that Team Rose only on 2, but with a win 8-0, he can bring it back.
Yeah, there was some nice spacing from Mr. Popo, but he didn't do anything in all of that time while Liv was throwing some key blasts, stomping the ground for a few seconds, and now it's actually Mr. Popo winning out neutral.
And Mr. Popo will take that with open arms. Great 2H, goes for a reset, lockdown with that extra Goku assist, and there, Liv forced to pop sparking very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, that was a very hard to block one, but Mr. Popo with the ultimate defense actually goes for it.
Yeah, good challenge. One thing we all know about one thing we know about Mr. Popo is great defense, but one thing you definitely underrate is his amazing offense.
Exactly. Yeah, when we all heard from Mr. Popo for the first time, his defense was immaculate, but his offense was still kind of iffy. But in the past few months, he's really been perfecting that, and you can see right now all the things that is happening, all the ways he's going to challenge Liv, as Liv is now trying to open up Mr. Popo, still with that immaculate defense.
Going for the clash, he actually reflected pretty early that cancelled his first hit of the second part of the auto combo. And Liv going for the 2M, Mr. Popo, where slow. Fake cross up into real cross up. Strange, but Liv will take it for sure.
Yeah, I think Mr. Popo tried to option select that fuzzy left righted, but he actually walked into a cross up.
I think that was just the game being the game there, and something happened. I'm not going to try and understand it, but Liv couldn't get this Bardock. Cross up JL blocked, and you're not going to open up Mr. Popo with that DR.
But Popo is going to open him up with that fist on his forehead. Level 3 incoming.
Yeah, in the chat, situation damage is going to be a long set. Absolutely right. Both these guys playing at pretty much I want to say a snail's pace. It's not an insult at all. They both just want to take their time, looking for their opportunities. Liv, only the person who's down.
Yeah. He's not really having a lot of health to say, oh, I'm gonna raw tag here, but the DR is opening him up anyway, so GT Goku against GT Goku. However, Popo's Goku has 2 assists ready as well.
We got that Bardock and SSJ, but that 2-dash will cross up. It will be enough for Liv to get a clean hit. Will he go back to the corner? Yes, he will. In the good old days when we used to see Spirit Bomb into death. Good times. Oh wow, that was actually pretty sick from Liv. He actually swung into the corner there, called with the JL, confirmed, and he should be able to get this kill here. Yep, level 3. That should be enough.
Yeah, remember, when GT Goku loses a teammate, his level 3 actually gets a damage boost, and he transforms into his SSJ4 form, and now you see why he is taking down the other rat, but it's up to Bardock, his father, to do some damage. Same side as D, into a spark, that's gonna be dead.
And I like this from MrPopo. If he ends it fairly early, he should be able to kill. Yep, goes for the vanish. Level 1, level 3. I'm not sure if it's going to kill, but he'll get the corner back again.
There he is.
Oh no, wait, he's going to kill. This is a lot of damage. We forgot how much damage this was.
Yeah, it's always like a really weird thing where you think, oh, SSJ Goku's not going to kill here, but then he actually always takes it with the last hit of the level 3.
MrPopo, I forgot how to do combos. We could tell you ended that with Vanish level 1, but it worked. And you'll be taking that first game, so be happy about it. But Lived definitely had some sparks of brightness. But you sort of have to take advantage, against MrPopo specifically, you have to take advantage of your sparks of brightness, right? When you have that good spell, you have to do something with it there and then, because the second he wisens up to it, it becomes very hard to go to a different source and get something from there.
Exactly, but Liv has a team where you can do a lot of mix-ups. I'm pretty sure with Kid Buu on point, or GT Goku on point with Kid Buu assist, you have like 7 million different ways to open up someone. But we're going into game number 2. Let's see how Liv is going to do this one. Let's say end screen.
I don't know if that was intentional there, but the bottle be with, and he just couldn't do anything. He tried to reflect and got punished for it. An immediate sparking from MrPopo punished the super dash with that 2H. And this is where you see MrPopo fraying at the ends. You can tell he's panicking on defense just a little bit.
Yeah, MrPopo has really been quite vocal about not liking to play against Kid Buu, and Liv is making the absolute maximum of that one. But there's actually a raw tag winning for now. I can't do combos, he said. Look at this.
Watch me do this one. He's gonna go into that GT Goku level 3. Won't be able to kill with the next hit. Has no assist, unfortunately. What can he do? Oh, a cross up. And you know what? I may have told a lie. Actually, that assist is coming back very slowly. There's no way you can use that. You will get that side knockdown. Kid Buu on Death Store. Lockdown and Sparking Force.
Sadly, he couldn't extend that hard enough or long enough to get the Bollock's assist back, but you know, Spark from Liv is gone already. He got all the blue life back on Kid Buu though, so that's definitely good for him.
And there's what I was saying at the very start. If you can get that Kid Buu mix going, you really have a chance against MrPopo. It's one of the only things you can go to get a hit on him. It's going to be rewarded with that level 3.
Yeah, meaning there's going to be a very hard to block Oki, but Popo does it and actually challenges with a jump backdash. Oh, side swap. That's pretty
SSJ Goku always had source. We always knew it. MrPopo showing off, and he's actually going to take him back to the corner. This is something we saw a lot last season with the SSJ GT mix. What's going to be able to do here? So empty jump low. Never able to block it out. Reflected, but no punish. Oh, wait a minute. If GT Goku was in that, that was going to be trouble. If he's lucky. Flipped out. It should just be Bardock though.
Yeah, and that was actually very valuable info for MrPopo as well, because MrPopo had him in the block string, and Liv was actually going for a reflect immediately after, while Popo backed off. So I want to see Popo actually abuse that one.
And currently, he's abusing Liv's toes. Opens him up with another empty jump low, and this should be enough to kill again. Level 1 into level 1. And this SSJ Goku is actually getting a lot of mileage from MrPopo. He's using it very well.
Yeah, it's especially being that assist from him.
Just want to bring to your attention, Nick, there's currently 6 Dragon Balls. So if Liv gets a hit, he might want to try and get that last one. Get a wish. And that might be the catalyst for his victory.
Yeah, I mean,
how carefully he's going.
There are enough GT Goku other combos, like you can extend stuff with it. So there's a big chance that Shenron will be used. However, Liv will have to use EX moves if he wants to actually get a hit on that Popo. Ooh, and a DR actually opening up Liv. This could spell death for him.
Mr. Popo gonna hit that optimal. He's gonna be able to get sliding knockdown, go level 1, level 1, level 1. I'm not sure if it's gonna kill because of low damage GT Goku Fukas, but he's definitely going to. Oh, he's dead. You're absolutely right. Lived dying with 7 bars in tow, and it's already 2-0.
Yeah, that one was quite fast as well. What do you think Lived has to change up right now?
Well, we saw the bright spark, which was if I can get you to block and Kid Buu's around, it's trouble for Mr. Popo. It's just how can you circumvent neutral, get in, and, head straight to the fun part of the book, which is the 50-50s, right? He has to find a way in somehow, and it's proving difficult.
Yeah, exactly, but it's always quite difficult to try and open up Mr. Popo, so let's see if Lived can actually get those Kid Buu assists running. Right now he is using his... Oh my god, I was gonna say he's using his shell for a very strong opening, but it's actually Mr. Popo finding the right spot to mash the L with and taking control of this game.
If Lived blocks, he has I was gonna say Mix coming in with that SJ Goku assist. He's been used up though. Oh my goodness, fully charged up. That is so much damage, and that's so disrespectful from Mr. Popo. He's going to be able to eradicate this Kid Buu, and that's one part of his mission complete.
Exactly, and that's what I was talking about earlier. He saw that Lived was actually reflecting quite early in the block string, and now he did it again twice. So Mr. Popo actually called out that reflect again with a maximum damage, and it's Lived losing that mix-up character for him.
Oh, when he actually reflected away that 2H. That was really weird there, but you're absolutely right. He charged up that 226 all the way, and no one ever does that. By the way, this is going to be a lot of damage. Gets hit by 226 straight. He should be able to get side knockdown. Oh no, goes for level 3. Now here comes the mix.
Exactly. If he gets a hit on that Bardock, it's going to be a dead one.
Oh, sparked from Livid. He's looking for some sort of opening here.
Ooh, there we go.
I'm not sure where Popo was looking, but got opened up by a JS. Oh, and sparking returned. And there's actually a fun fact, right, where if you spark, so I think this was looking at Wanted series, right? If you spark on a lower level of sparking to, retain your character, you definitely have a higher chance of winning, or a more significant chance of winning. But we'll go into stats at some point later. Livid is hitting people.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Tell me more about that one later.
At some point, but we're gonna go into level 3. Here comes the mix. Where are you blocking?
I'm not blocking. I'm mashing reflect right now.
Absolutely right. And you got hit. But so did Mr.
No. I mashed, so the first one whiffed and the second one actually reflected.
But right now, Lived not finishing his play. Could have killed, but Mr. Popo take advantage. Reflect again. And Mr. Popo is for sure scoured that out. Here comes the mix. Unblockable at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Not only unblockable, it's actually going to kill your character as well. Nice re-jump. And this is going to be 2 bars.
And a lot of people were saying this character is dead. GT Goku doesn't have that mix anymore, but Mr. Popo is showing us that GT Goku is definitely still alive. The rat lives. And the rat is taking Livid down right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not make this Deaded as his new name. The DR actually flashing right there.
And once again, Lived had 7 bars in stock. Uses one of them for a guard cancel, but punished immediately. Here comes the re-jumps. And honestly, I think that's going to be dead actually. Should Tatsu into level 1. He has so much meter to spend. Level 1, level 3 should be enough. And Lived is going to go 3 down.
Yep.
Really quickly actually. Really quick fashion. Mr. Pope is taking all of these.
Yeah, it was actually the first game that was quite close still, and then suddenly Mr. Popo just turned it up 2 games where all of his characters live.
And Lived has to change something up. It's looking bleak in these situations where Kid Buu dies first. I would almost prefer if he had that Kid Buu hidden in the back somewhere, as an assist, so he could, use him for longer. But Lived is in the SEL for a reason, right? Great player, and he knows what he's doing. So I have no doubt he'll be able to make some form of comeback. But Mr. Popo, he's definitely looking for that AO. You can see it in his eyes. His online internet eyes. Anyway, gonna go into the fourth game. This is actually set point for Mr. Popo. It's been so quick. Looks like time hasn't passed, but for Lived, it must be a nightmare.
Yeah, it's up to Livid to find out how to get out of it, and make it into a dream come true. He's trying to do a lot of mix-ups. Mr. Popo, that is. Livid with some good blocks, but I hope this Kuz is not gonna take that down. Good tech.
Liv just used both assists and did not achieve anything. The only thing he achieved was his own death with that vanish reflected. Punished well from Mr. Popo. He should go into level 3, and the next hit is pretty much going to kill. And I think, Liv, you have to spark here if you want to have any chance of winning.
Yeah, Mr. Popo could actually have extended that. Oh, that spark bait was crazy.
People ask why I have such a bias to Mr. Popo. It's because we actually just have the same mind. He knew Liv was going to spark just as I did. Baited it out. It worked well for him. He's wasted all of that spark completely. The only plus side for Liv is that Kidby is out of it.
Yeah, but he still had to eat a 50-50 and he gets wrong. It's Bardock taking some damage. It's not really that much damage, even though the level 3 will add to it. Because it blocked the overhead instead of taking a low. Is actually quite good for his health bar. Swap to GT Goku, but it's still Mr. Popo with full green bars, so has a lot of things to do. Resetting to neutral, skipping neutral actually.
Oh, that was really tricky to confirm that. If you got that, that would have been fantastic, but Kidby is just not really the assist we want in that situation.
Good reflect there.
So there, Liv was actually plus afterwards, right? After landing, he's a little bit plus. And back in season 2, there was nothing you could do about that, right? If GT Goku wanted to do that after a tech, there's nothing you could do. But now you can jump after a tech. Dragon Rush. So Mr. Popo will remember that one, and you'll probably see it come from next. So here comes the mix, as I was saying that. Good block from Mr. Popo. You can see Liv running out of steam with no assist left.
And that was really tricky, and there was good awareness from Livid that he was not completely in the corner. Popo wanting to steal that one, but gets opened by ADR anyway into a level 3.
I'm not sure if you remember the mix from this, so it's not super duper potent. It's mostly like, are you gonna stay or run?
Yeah, but there's always, oh my god, that 2M.
Dark 2M rises, Mr. Popo catching him there with. He caught him on incoming with the 2M, and I guess that's the one thing it's good for now.
Yeah, exactly. The old 2M that he had was not able to do it like that.
I mean, we saw two shades of the 2M there. One where it worked fantastically, and the next where it completely whiffed. So this Popo is going to take a character again in the lead, opening Lived up like he's a Pringles can at this point.
Yeah, Popo's quite young, so he can definitely reach for that last Pringle right now, and he's trying to. Little Pringle being GT Goku gets opened up by his 6M.
What kind of Pringle do you think Lived is? Like, I don't know, barbecue or like sour cream?
Right now, I think he's regular.
Definitely ready salted. But Lived looking for something, and we've seen this so many times, right? Lived with 7 meter, but just no real way to use it.
Yeah,
he's gonna die actually.
He's dead. He's dead.
Level 1 up beam, level 1 again. Mr. Popo already secured the 4-0. And I'm not gonna read your message, OB, but the sentiment is correct, right? This is supposed to be family entertainment, but Mr. Popo is not taking it that way. He wants. Bro, I will time him out because that's not something I can tell the sponsors about. But
I don't know what you said.
Mr. Popo, I mean, sorry, not Mr. Popo. OB sitting in the bleachers could have been a part of this league, but I guess he wanted to take a break, and you can see why. There's players like Mr. Popo in here, and they're definitely very, very scary.
Yeah, definitely, Mr. Popo showing exactly why you don't actually want to face him. securing at least 1 point. He's definitely going to try and get that 8-0 sweep, so his team ties up with Livid's team.
And he's already making great progress in it. Mr. Popo completely battering Liv as we get into this. So Liv has had enough. He woke up 5-0. He was like, I don't care what you're doing. I want my turn back.
Yeah, and that was very good awareness from Mr. Popo, knowing that if you were early enough, you can actually just God cancel that one. The EX ball, going for a very nice corner combo.
Oh, you're getting mixed. Yeah, Spark Up. He didn't want to handle any of that. But right now it's Liv's turn. Kipu and sparking. And no mix had the 5M. Good blocks from Mr. Popo again. That could have been punished from Liv.
What are these blocks, man?
But I mean, it's Mr. Popo. Why are you surprised? And again, another great confirm. It's like Mr. Popo is just running straight through Liv's defense, and there's not much you can do. He's not getting a chance to turn his offense on. Mr. Popo making light work of this kid boot.
Yep.
It's 4-0. 4-0 is the score. Mr. Popo already securing that draw, but looking for his fated finish. And look, Liv just looks lost, and it's not his fault. I don't envy him. It's not a position I would want to be in.
You have Andrew 18. You can open both up.
You're right. Kaiden and Katsugo taught me the way.
But 2M though.
Oh, so much damage as well. Here it comes. Yeah, he's gonna DR 236L or M, sorry, into level 3, and here comes the, in the words of Auto-Tune Damascus, mix. I love that. That was great, by the way. If Damascus is here, that was amazing. I wish I could get that done. Just as well as Mr. Popo is getting Livid done. GT Goku out of it.
Yeah, he done Livid.
Yeah, I mean, Livid is probably Livid. He's down to just Bardock, and his chances of having some form of, thing to fight for. Wait, nobody's dead. If you kill him now, Mr. Popo,
he was not gonna die anyway. Even if he didn't drop it, he wasn't gonna die. But let's just hope. Oh, what? Never mind.
It's just brilliant. This combo ends.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Livid summons his inner RMZ, he might be able to do it, but we all will see this, right?
There's one here, and at that point, he was probably going to do JH and J2H, right? And that would have been unblockable. Mr. Popo goes up 5, and honestly, like, someone said to me, dinner is going to be ready soon, and it's like Mr. Popo heard that, and he was like, yo, we need to get Dunk out of here, because he's trying to speedrun Livid.
He's already ready for his dessert, man. Livid is his pre-meal.
And at this point, Livid is fighting to keep his team definitively at the top of the table, right? If he could just get one game, he prevents that 8-0 and he makes sure his team stays at the top. But it's not. It's definitely a big ask against Mr. Popo. Honestly, Lived, I believe in you, and I want to see you get this win. Sorry, is it commentators are butchering his name?
Liv D.
Is it Liv D? Livid? Liv D? Because it could everything's going bad for me.
Is this like my name? Like Nick V, Liv D?
Like
Let's go.
I mean, he's looking like Nick V right now against Mr. Popo.
Hey, I have Andrew 18 as well, watch it.
It's the truth though, right? Mr. Popo just runs through all of us.
Definitely true. He's doing maximum combos right now. Oh, Lived.
And that was an adaptation to what he saw last time. Liv D woke up with the 5L, and Mr. Popo was like, you're not going to do that again. Not letting you. That should be enough. Gut punch into the level 1. Spends another one. That's the kill. Mr. Popo looking for his 6th. Is this season 2? No. But it looks just as impressive because Mr. Popo is not giving Liv D any time to breathe.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest difference between Liv D and Mr. Popo right now, right? It's Mr. Popo, he knows mind games, but Liv D doesn't really seem to really know how to get back into Mr. Popo's head, right? Oh,
counter it. Liv D just wants it to be over. At this point, he's looking so mind crushed his brain is melting in the gooey warmth that is Mr. Popo's power. I never want to say gooey warmth again, but
Please don't.
Mr. Popo is looking unstoppable right now.
That's definitely true. Lift still has a lot to work with, 5 bars, but we've seen him die twice with 7 bars, so let's see if Lift actually wants to use some of that this time. Jumping out, that was very clever.
Look, Mr. Popo evading with that reverse coming. Again, this is BM at this point, and I'm disappointed in this team.
Oh no.
I taught you better. I taught you to be a nice gentleman to people, and this is what you're doing.
No, don't be a nice gentleman.
And there's a mix, and Livid just wasn't ready. The no confirm from Mr. Popo. Oh my goodness gracious me. Liv D thought he had a chance to breathe. But Mr. Popo was right back in, and once his meter penalty is done, so is Liv D. Level 1, Mr. Popo 6-0 up emphatically.
Yeah, the 3-0 is whistling.
And do you know what put this into perspective? Liv D is not a joke of a player. I never want anyone to think that, because Liv D is an amazing player, but Mr. Popo is just on that level today where he cannot be stopped. But Liv D is definitely able to pull out one game. I know it. I can feel it. I can sense it. So Mr. Popo, don't rest on your laurels. So he can definitely take you out. Definitely prevent you from getting all 3 of those points, and definitely keep Team Berserk at the top of the standings.
Yeah, let's see what he's going to do in the next game. We're gonna hop right into it, skipping all the intros. What's the opening? D-Gen openings. I love that.
Mr. Popo is just so far in Liv D's head. He can't do anything at this point. DR manages to connect. He's gonna go for the same mix he's gone for before. Baited the reflect. Oh, but the trade actually comes out in Liv D's favor.
Yeah, it really seems like, this time Popo was a little too late with that guard cancel. It was actually Boo blocking it, getting a nice hit on that. You can't DR Popo.
Pretty much known. Here comes the mix. Unblockable once again. And Mr. Popo has 3 bar. You know he's going to spend that on that Bardock level 3. Put you in a position where you really have to think about sparking.
Yeah, and that's his first goal, right? Get that sparking away. That's one problem less to think about, but you can't get opened up by that.
I mean, he's not gonna die, but it's still, he's on death's door. Remember when I said he's not gonna die? Okay, he's gonna lie.
he's soon gonna die though.
What? No faith. I mean, he can't roll tag that kid Boo in.
Ooh, that was a clever spark right there.
Yes. Oh, and he shows him, all the mix that you've been doing, I can do it too, if I can find a way in. He has 6 bar to work with. What's the mix going to be? We should see a level 3 of some kind. There is Bardock level 3, and we've seen Mr. Popo do it. Can Liv D pull it out?
I mean, I think he has all faith in him, in his Bardock, because he, as Mr. Popo, really prefers to use his level 3 Oki, but it's actually right now Mr. Popo hammering down on Liv again. Oh, but it's 2L poking Mr. Popo, opening him up. That's gonna be a first death to Mr. Popo's characters.
And this could be very big. Remember, Liv D only needs to win. I'm gonna call him Liv because the D power is really triggering me. But Liv is 1 win away from at least doing his team a service and keeping them at the top of the standings, right? So if he can just get this game, and he's looking odds on to do it, be real big. But right now, Mr. Popo not having any of it.
Exactly, Mr. Popo really knows when to go in and when to use a Goku level 3. He's gonna have a mid-screen mix-up, which earlier you said he doesn't really have that much, but he has like what? You can do a double overhead. That's kind of hard to block, right?
Yes, but it's not really as potent as some of the other members on his team. But
oh yeah, sure.
Nothing came of that. I think he 5H. I don't think it was intentional, but it came out in good guard cancel there from Mr. Popo to avoid that Kid Boo mix up. But look, lived right back in, and Kid Boo's up. Here comes the mix. Good block from Mr. Popo.
Ooh.
Oh, 5M counter hit. That's going to be a lot of damage. He's going to go for the re-jump, and he should be able to kill him. No, I think Nifty you could have killed if you spent a little more cash. But he'll take this level 3. What's the next?
Oh, what happened there?
You know, I heard 2 gasps. One from the voice inside my head, the C4, and one from Nick. And you know why? Because no one hits Mr. Popo with a DR. Lest anyone that has not conditioned him before. Lifty on to keep Team Berserk in the top spot. And that's going to be big for him, right? He's lost the game. That's set. But if he can get this one win, Team Berserk stays on top. Oh, good reflect.
Yeah, and let's be honest. Every time Popo does not take a DR, something in his head triggers. We all heard it. We all heard it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Every time that Mr. Popo doesn't take a DR, I swear to God, a fairy dies. Like, it's actually upsetting. And if he makes this SJ Goku come back, I'm going to be very upset. I want to see Liv win this. Or Liv beat, sorry. Oh no, another overhead into level 3. Bardock is out of here. Kid Buu is next up on the chopping block. Oh my god.
He actually whiffed the level 3.
I closed my eyes for a second.
You just don't want to see Liv lose again.
He tried to 2H, he thought the 236R was coming, but Mr. Popo is just in his head.
Yeah, you know what's the worst thing about this? If he gets one clean hit on both of the characters, they're dead.
Absolutely right.
DED.
Mr. Popo just playing this great neutral game. One thing Mr. Popo has been really working on, I think, is his movement. Dash blocks in both of them. Attack on that DR. Look, Nifty has 7 bars to work with, right? I want to see him spend some of that cash on something.
Yeah,
there's lockdown.
Yeah, there it is.
Good tag. And Mr. Popo really wants this win. You can tell an old SJ Goku could have confirmed that, but that 2M far too slow. Good attack on that DR. Look at the movement from both these guys.
Oh, no.
Dash, but it works out for Lifty.
Yeah, that's one of the mechanics where Super Dash can actually beat out Super Dash. It's the best move in the game, for a reason. It can even beat its own shadow.
Goku. Good mix up on deck. Good tech. And Mr. Popo. 1 hit away from death.
And he's desperately trying to get that hit. He was not really able to get a 2H, but at least the reflect.
There's the JM into the DR. He's going to be able to get that kill onto GT Goku. And now it's 1-on-1. This is the canon battle. Not on the right stage, but
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call Liv level 3 mashing in block.
You know, I hope he does it too.
That's
something. Mr. Popo! He's gonna get the confirm, and that should be enough to seal it. 8 seconds left on the clock. Liv D keeps Team Berserk on top. Oh, with that 1 win. Well played to Liv D. Well played. And that is what is so important in these team battles. Even when you see no hope, even when you are down 6-0, that 1 win can mean everything. And that could completely change the standings. We could go into 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the future, and that could be so important. Lifty, your team is proud of you. Huh?
Oh. Okay, so apparently Popo changed his team, but we don't see it yet.
Oh my goodness. And he's taken off his fedora and he's tipped it off to Kaiden. Mr. Popo changing teams for the last game. Now that he can't get the set to 8-0, he's having fun with it, right? And he's gonna play Kaiden's game.
I mean, in the end, the league is just only to have fun, be competitive.
Oh, Nick, I don't know what you're saying, mate. It's not fun. These people are fighting for their lives.
Hey, explore your limits and go further beyond them. But SD again beating out SD. Let's go.
Look, if Liv D can get that 2nd win as well, he'll be feeling himself because he has honestly put a massive spanner in Team Rose's work. Oh,
2H?
what a 2H! He's gonna actually bring Kefla right back in. All of that blue F gone. She's super low. Great confirm with that GT Goku assist. Liv D has found his senses. He's back in the game. Well, not actually back in the game. He's lost. But he's mentally back. Exactly. But now he's got that cooler unlock. How long until... Okay, so that's all the Team Gohan situation. He's taking that guard cancel. I like that. Oh, fake real cross-up from Liv D.
Yeah, again, it happened. Oh, the JM.
Yep, leg spread open.
Don't say that, dude.
Look, if Mr. Popo can be 18 plus, so can I, right? Jesus Christ, but he's gonna get this mix. Super Top Float is available. Oh, he didn't do it, but
2-8.
2-8. He's gonna go up to me. Looking for something to open him up with. Honestly, 18 is where, you know, I expect Mr. Popo to finally end up. Such a defensive character, but look at Lefty. He's on the offensive. Wants to lock him down.
Mr. Popo doesn't... no. But Mr. Popo doesn't really seem to know the teabag attack for Android 18. I have not seen it yet. So let's see if he actually pulls it out eventually.
Yeah, teabag tech really strong if you can get it. And also, they confirm off that cooler assist.
For everyone in chat who doesn't know what the teabag tech is, it's when you keep pressing down, because 22S from Android 18 is actually her barrier. So you start teabagging the ground, and if they approach, you just barrier.
Get that buffering going, but right now, Livid trying to buffer himself a second win. Can do it if you can get rid of this cooler. A good guard cancel from Mr. Popo will keep him alive and safe, and that's honestly the character he would prefer to have as an anchor. And it's going to be tested right here, right now. He has Limit Break, he has Sparking. Any touch could potentially be deadly.
Especially with Cooler, because Cooler has so many openings for him, right? He can bypass beams, he can spark like that, and 5L and kill a rat.
I mean, there's one thing, right? I'm currently worried for Liv D, because if he gets hit by like something janky and neutral or like 236H, this Kid Buu could explode. I am very worried. Good reflect, actually. And great JS to confirm. Wait, is he dead? No, he should be dead. Oh my god, it's Limit Break Sparky, actually. He's just about alive.
Yeah,
reflect.
I think if he did an EX dive kick, he would have killed.
What a DR from Mr. Popo, and he's going to bring it to the solo characters only. He's run out of sparking, but Liv D is on his side. So we need to work with on both sides as well. It's Kaiden's... Oh, sorry, not Kaiden. Mr. Popo's Cooler versus Liv D's Bardock.
Yeah, it's so hard to approach a Cooler, especially with Bardock. Bardock has good staggers, but Cooler has so many options against staggers that you don't really want to use those. So it's a bad matchup for Liv, but Liv at least has Spark to work with right now.
You can tell these guys are both playing really carefully. Not throwing out anything too important, but that 3H it's going to be a decent amount of damage. 236H, 236M, sorry, into the level 3. And honestly, this is a scary situation to be for Livid. Your Spark can be baited in so many different ways. Be careful. There it is, the dive kick, but it whiffs. Liv alive for now. Being chased down in the corner. Super dash right in. He has that sparking. Is he going to whiff cancel? Oh, sorry, block cancel it. Ooh. Vanish.
Yeah, Popo's just... Yeah, exactly. He's just waiting out that spark, trying to use his movement options, but gets an opening.
Oh,
no.
It's going to do so much damage for Liv D.
He's dead.
You might be right. He's going to vanish. He's going to go for a 236, 214M into the level 3, and Liv D, showing that he is not someone to be trifled with, keeps Team Berserk on top. The score is 6-2, but he can take that home as a win.
We should just get rid of one Mr. Popo point and give it to Liv.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing that, to be honest. But Mr. Popo, regardless, will take that 6-2. But Liv D keeping Team Berserk on top, and that is the most important thing. But we're gonna take a break, guys. A quick ad break. We're gonna go to the analysis. and then we're gonna maybe get an interview afterwards. So stay tuned, hit up that Matcherino, and don't go anywhere.
You can visit the Matcherino page for our event and contribute in many different ways. 1. Free coupon. Click Contribute, enter the specified coupon code to contribute a predetermined amount of money to the prize pool. 2. Free sponsor quests. On the right side of the screen are various actions supported by sponsors, including retweets, Twitter follows, surveys, among other things. Click into these boxes to complete the action and add the attached prize contribution to the pool free of charge. 3. Marketplace. Products are available in our marketplace, which also contribute to the fundraising pool. Be sure to check out the variety of apparel and collectibles, as well as other unique items. 4. Donate. Clicking on the Contribute button, you're able to add funds to your Matcherino wallet and then directly contribute them to the fundraiser page. Thanks for supporting your event with Matcherino.
Good evening. Welcome back. It's Revuzu and my twin brother, the Schwarzenegger to my DeVito, Heapski.
Really? Is that how we're going? I'll take it.
Half the time I don't know myself, man. It's just one of those things. So I had to pray that entire game. I don't know if anyone can tell which team I'm rooting for. However, I had to pray that entire game that Liv D could take us a game off of Popo.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough.
That was kind of how it went. I think after three, I'm like, oh, you know, Rose, we're getting this extra point. And they're going, oh, I know, come on, Liv, jump in there for us.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of the joy of the four-man team tour. It's never going to be one person running away with the entire thing. The team contribution matters.
Mm-hmm.
Liv D, for the way he played extremely well. It just wasn't enough against the monster, which is Popo.
Yeah. So Dragon Ball has this very weird tendency in that it works similar to tennis, in that a lot of players can initially have the high-level kind of interaction and do it very well. Mm-hmm. Where the best players in Europe vary and kind of go the step above is they're consistently able to do it for, say, 30, 40, 50 seconds, multiple defensive situations in a row, which Liv wasn't able to do in this set.
Yeah.
You'd see right at the start, like the first three games, they're going back and forth, but on the second scenario, Liv would, and Popo doesn't, right? That's kind of where things started getting away from Liv.
Absolutely. Like I said, the joy of a team tournament is that you don't know who you're coming up against until that last kind of moment, like 2 days beforehand. So I can only imagine what was going through Liv's mind. Thankfully, he did take a game though. Well, two. I mean, I'm not going to count the last one. That was Popo's best round. Let's be fair. He took one solid game off of Popo, and he made sure it wasn't a complete shutout, which was a fantastic result, all things said.
Yeah,
but well done,
not for me, because I support Team Rose, and I want Team Rose to win the whole thing. For him, for his team, that was huge actually. Like denying a point, points are very hard to come by across the whole tournament. So him denying that point is that's a huge game to take.
It's a big deal. It's a much bigger deal than it sounds, but that means that Team Berserk is still on top, baby.
Are they?
Yep.
Ooh, okay. I thought they were both drawn at 5. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Popo would have needed to have 5-5 for... Sorry, need to 8-0 him for it to be 5-5.
Yeah. Cool. Right. These clips.
Yep, so this was...
Game 2?
This was game 2. Unfortunately, we didn't catch game 1 because Robot protested and Skynet launched. I don't actually know what happened, just the clipbot died. So I was quite happy to see Popo bring out the Super Saiyan Goku source.
Yeah, he done this last time he was on as well. He was kind of dropping a few SSJ combos at the time. But here, he cleaned it. And this character does so much damage.
Yep. So what if one button's bad? Come on, guys, move past it.
Mhm. That's what that one button when it does hit kills people.
It does. Guns
Yeah.
don't kill people. Super Saiyan Goku's 2M does.
Nice.
So what was this situation here?
Oof.
Oh, the maximum tyrant line.
Yeah. That was very well conditioned. He'd done Gut Punch before, I believe, and he's kind of set him up for it.
Just hold it in your diaphragm.
It was good to see Popo playing the old Goichi team though. I think his strength definitely rely on his patience and his neutral interactions. So playing a team like this definitely helps cater to his strengths.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So move on now to the next one.
And also, again, we should point out, just before the start of the set, Popo was talking about, oh no, Kid Buu, everyone has to feel 50s. Kid Buu weren't really doing nothing.
He just wasn't a factor. This guard cancel punish. Oh, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
And then the awareness here, it's called GT.
Oh, yeah, that was so sick. He was just too far out of the corner to get it. Calling GT Goku. And like I said, look, if you get hit by an M from SSJ, you die. That's just the way the game is. This is non-limit break, by the way.
Just damage. Just absolute raw damage.
He just does damage.
Yeah. Satisfying to watch, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Now we should have a clip from round 4. This is probably my favourite clip of the entire one. Bring him back? What do you mean? He never left. It should be a decent 2MQ clip.
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, oh. And clipboard slightly temperamental. So
Sure.
maybe... There we go. Cool. Tag.
Yeah. In this game, if they're slow, they actually have that tendency to beat things like jump back raw tag, like Beerus's to a lot of built-in OSs with incredibly slow medium.
Guys, you've been looking at it all wrong. It was a buff this entire time. No, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. I think balance patch in a few weeks, guys. Don't worry. I'm sure they'll fix it. Right.
It's honestly not that bad. Sorry.
It really isn't. It's just what it is.
Oops. Alright. What was this? Yeah.
Look at him. Fish that 2M again. Go on, I'll dare you.
Yep. It's just so obnoxious to deal with. Dash blocking, trying to play around to GT assist. The 2M, which he can just throw out, by the way, because it goes half screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Popo really good at kind of playing this patient, slow game, making you come to him. Very, very strong in Dragon Ball in general because jump back is such a strong option.
It is. And Popo plays a fantastic neutral game, just straight up. Even though you are on the other side of the screen, you may as well feel like you're in a corner.
Yeah. It's very, very difficult. You can see when Liv didn't have assists, he definitely struggled more in neutral than, say, when Popo did. Oh,
absolutely. And his main mix assist for Kid Buu wasn't a factor because he kept dying within 2 touches.
Yeah, that was a problem. The 50-50s, they never really played a massive part.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Popo being a little bit extra. Yep.
Yeah. The just to start off this whole sequence, Popo used a lot of cross up JLS or J236M. Really good mix, really difficult to deal with if you're not used to it. They say, hey, whap.
So you expect the cross up, nope, get punched.
Yeah. Nice, strong Bardock stuff. 50-50, and then clean rejumps. Good stuff.
Get the ball rolling. Here we go. In the corner again, as always. Just GT from downtown. Who remembers season 2? Who remembers it fondly? Bet you don't after that clip. I'll tell you.
Yeah, this character's so obnoxious with his EX specials.
Yeah, he still is. He's still a fantastic character. Still,
Oh yeah, it's way worse.
50% off, baby.
Like he doesn't have the same general mix potential. So you'd see in this set a lot. Liv was getting hit initially with the 2S Pogo mix, which is kind of true, but most of the time not really. He started getting better at blocking it towards the end. His impatience is mostly what got him hit during it.
Yeah.
I think GT is very good at that. He's very good at just controls an area.
Yep.
And then the other person kind of gets hit by him. Right? They like run into him.
Oh, let's talk about this game. Game 7, the most hyped game. He took it all the way down to 8 seconds left to claim that dub.
Yeah. Dragon Ball's super like that, right? When it's close, it's such a long game. Holy smoke. And both of these players are very defensive orientated, right? Play around their assists, jump back, just kind of holding back. Popo was super close to making the comeback.
Yeah, it was nearly a 3v1 comeback.
Yeah.
But
comeback super dash too strong.
Lived, hung on, and he super dashed him at close range and took the win.
Yeah.
So what I love to see.
Killer, man. It's a killer.
And then, Game 8 is...
He was so happy, he's like, right, I've got him.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Game 8 was essentially Popo's victory lap, which made me laugh.
And here's Popo saying, Kaiden is my favourite player because he beats me all the time.
Yep. This is Popo saying he's a Team Berserk fan, and he's making sure that we don't lose entirely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's very close to doing it. Of course, Popo was practicing with Rudy last week.
That's true.
In preparation for the Dragon Ball exhibition that was done on the show. They must got a little taste of that cooler 18 barrier life.
100%.
Yeah. Almost made it work.
Well done, Team Rose, as much as it pains me to say it. Take home the victory. So let's have a leaderboard. So Berserk with 5, Rose 4, Evolution 3, Instinct 1.
Yeah.
Is it playing out the way you're expecting it to?
Yeah. I think Berserk having the extra point was probably the one big surprise. I didn't assume that would actually happen, because the skill level in most teams is fairly balanced.
Yep.
So if actually getting the extra point is super rare. But I do think Berserk and Rose were considered by most favourites going.
100%. In fact, we put money on it, so what more can you say? Congratulations, both players. I think now we're going to throw it back to Panzerpan and Taser to see out the show with...